Maria Elizabeth here. Today I would like to share with you my story in a nutshell. My fibromyalgia recovery story. Since I was very young, I had all kinds of pains. It started with irritable bowel syndrome. Even though I was very active at school in sports, I played tennis, I did cross country, I played netball and even rugby with the guys at school. When I did athletics, I would often get shin splints that would not heal as it was supposed to within 3 months. At the age of 14, I won a silver medal for the Free State Cross Country 4-kilometer championships, running the 4 kilometers at that stage in 16 minutes and 20 seconds. I played Free State netball and I loved sports. I loved cycling, I loved running. Even though I was really fit, my body was always stiff. When I did ballet, I couldn't split like the other girls. When we warmed up for athletics, I could never touch the ground or put my head on my knees. At the age of around about 17, I got tick fever twice. I got married at 21, and then soon thereafter, I became ill. For a very long time, I was really, really ill. I went from doctor to doctor, specialist to specialist for 5 years, being told it's all in my head. Well, I knew that my body did not always felt like that. I decided that I would not give up until I found the source. And I know many of you out there who've got autoimmune disorders, chronic illnesses, chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, Tietdse Syndrome. All these things are related and they all overlap. Remember to never allow anyone to tell you it's all in your head. Because I was told it's all in my head, I started studying the neuroplasticity, the connection between mind, soul, body, and what effects it has on you. In 1999, after 5 years going from specialist to specialist, I was diagnosed by Professor Meyer of the University of Pretoria's head pain clinic with fibromyalgia and myofascial pain syndrome. And the very first words he said to me was, "Do not let anyone tell you it's all in your head." Very few people will understand the excruciating pain levels where fentanyl, morphine, nothing is working. The extreme exhaustion when you open your eyes in the morning, just start crying. When your body is so stiff that you cannot get out of bed, that you roll out of bed and it takes you half an hour to pull yourself up against the furniture just to start your day. Most of us know that there's a mind-body connection. But I think very few of us realize how strong that connection it is and how important it is to make sure you are healthy, mentally, physically, and on all levels. To put yourself first is not selfish. If your cup is empty, you cannot fill anybody else's cup. Put yourself first, because by putting yourself first, you can mean so much to the world out there. Lots of people need you. Very few of us understand and realize what it does to your physical body if you do not live congruently with your passions, your purpose, who you are, if your relationships are not what they're supposed to be. I got married at the age of 21. Coming from a very happy childhood, I never realized the impact it had on me. It was a shock to my system, where for anybody else, it probably would have been heaven on earth, that they come from a different background. The chances are good that this lowered my immune system. I got a very, very bad attack of glandular fever, debilitating. I was so sick, and for a week the doctors did not know what was wrong with me. They looked at yellow fever and all these different African fevers, not able to work out what was wrong with me. After this, I started overworking, trying to keep my mind off the pain, and I think it was emotional as well as physical. I burnt out because it all snowballed. The more I worked, the higher my pain levels. The higher my pain levels, the more I worked. I could literally and physically feel and see the impact my relationship had on me. Every time I would throw my toys out of the cot, the next day I would be ill. My pain levels would be higher. And I realized that irrespective of what, I had to leave this relationship. So when my daughter was 15 months old, I left a man that I still loved or believed I loved. Today, I still don't know, but it is what it is at that stage. And if you believe it is, then it is. So I left a man that I loved because I could see that it was not good for me and my health and my child. Right in the middle of this divorce, I was retrenched from a high-paying job, and I lost everything. My townhouses that I worked so hard to build up, my home, everything. And I started right at the bottom again. However, today, I do not want to dwell on the suffering I had, on the pain levels, and on everything I went through. Today, I want to tell you that there is always hope. I want to tell you to never give up. After almost 30 years of studying these conditions and looking for the cure, just before the pandemic, I was declared partially disabled by the insurance company I worked for as a financial advisor, working half day and seeing if I could cope with it. On 15 November 2021, I had an interview with Tietdse, and this would lead to a big change in my life. It is interesting that everything was recorded. During this interview, I explained what it felt like. Often people would ask me, what does it feel like? Explain it to me. The closest I could ever get to it was that most of us know what a tooth abscess and that toothache feels like. I explained that my whole body felt like that. I tell the story on my YouTube channel where Walt interviewed me on the 15th and then a week later again. On 30 November 2021, my phone rang. It was the company I worked for. When I picked up the phone, I was still working. When I put it down, I was declared disabled. This had a huge impact on me. Though very positive, and it helped me a lot, I will always be thankful for the person who helped me and for the company for what they've done for me. 7 years ago, when I lost my second husband, I had $2 in my wallet. No money, no insurance, and not knowing where the next money would come from. And that is where this company changed my life, and I will always be thankful for them, for giving me the opportunities they did. I could not even bury my husband. After our interview, Tietdse from Living Our Abundance podcast asked me if I would speak at his summit and show people what I was doing, and if he could interview me on his summit. 7 years ago, I decided I've lost everything. I might as well, for the second part of my life, do what I always wanted to do. Since before I went to school, art was my passion. My passion is art, and I always wanted to travel the world. I wanted to see the world, experience other cultures, religions, food, and I love people's stories. When I was about 30, I did a trading course, Forex trading course. And because of what happened to me, or for me, as we will know when we do self-development, I never did it. I never became an artist. Then when I lost everything 7 years ago, I decided to put together trading, which I always had an interest in. And when they said that robots was taking our jobs, I combined the two. And that's where my interesting journey started. I encountered every possible scam. I've learned exactly how they work, how they think, how they talk. I developed a sixth sense about these things while acquiring the knowledge and a very unique and special skill. While I was still working full day, when I came home at night, I isolated myself and I kept working and searching for 100% passive income, something we all want. But that's almost impossible because 99.9% of them are scam. I acquired the skill to find that 0.1% that are real and that are really 100% passive. Or should I say 99.9% passive income, because you have to do something, even if it's just take action in 3 easy steps. It has been a very long, lonely, and dark road that I had to walk the past 30 years. But during the most difficult times, I always knew there was a purpose. I did not know what the purpose was, but I knew there was a purpose to this, and that God would have me live that purpose, and that I would understand it somewhere in the future. Due to the fibromyalgia, Myofascial Pain Syndrome, Tietdse Syndrome, and Ankylosing Spondylitis, where there is no cure for. There is no cure for that. Due to that, and trying to find a way to make passive money, my road has led me to where I am today. Since 1999, when I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia and myofascial pain syndrome, I visited the professors that treat me every 3 months, sometimes more often, getting trigger point injections or nerve point injections from under my feet to behind my ears, my chest, all my joints, my hands, my arms, my legs, my back, buttocks. The only place I was not injected is my tummy. Every time I went, we would mark all the trigger points, but because of the substance that's in the injections, they could only give me a maximum of 34 at a time, because otherwise there was the possibility that my heart would stop. Today was an appointment scheduled in January. My last visit was on the 12th of January, 2022, which was the normal procedure, 34 injections all over my body, inside my palms, underneath my feet, my legs, my hips. We treated the 34 worst ones. I was in a real bad state. I tried to exercise, but I couldn't even exercise for 5 minutes. I've got my stationary bike in my home, and I could not get on it for 5 minutes. And then the snowball effect starts again, because you don't exercise, you don't move, you become more ill, and then you can't exercise. I was in a real bad state in January. Tietdse asked me if he could interview me on his summit around about the 19th to 22nd of January this year. And during this interview, which is also on my YouTube, I tell at what state I am in, how much it hurts, how difficult this long and dark road was. Then, during a workshop with Daniel Mangena, who does money unblocking, which had nothing to do with health, the Living Our Abundance Summit was about money, making money, everything about financial abundance. In the workshop and the interview, I teach how I made passive money, how I learned this unique skill of making 100% passive money online. Little did I know, however, what miracle would hit me in a workshop that Daniel Mangena conducted. In this workshop, also on my YouTube channel, Daniel asked for volunteers to have money blockages unblocked on a subconscious level. I did not even know if I had any. I volunteered and said, me. If I have any, please remove them. I will link that video also below. During this session, miraculously, my illness and my pain levels disappeared. I did not know what hit me. And as the days passed, I did not know what hit me, because it seems as if Daniel has unblocked everything, not just money blockages. I had this miraculous healing during the session, which I had no clue how it worked or how it happened. All my life, I decided when I find the cure, while I studied everything, I was going to assist others to help themselves too, to cope with these terrible conditions. During this session, my pain levels, which is normally 8, 9, 10 out of 10, sometimes 12 out of 10, disappeared. And I had no clue how it worked. Thus, I couldn't help anyone. However, it is interesting how law of attraction works. Since then, the information has been flying at me, showing me how it works, courses at how to do it, courses at how to help others. On my YouTube channel, I say that I'm a signpost, that I can direct people in different ways. I'm no specialist. I'm a fundi at nothing except perseverance. And I want you to know today that I don't want you to give up hope, whether it's health, getting out of financial situations, relationships, or whatever your story is. There is always hope, even in the darkest situations. Today was my follow-up visit at the university for my treatment of 34 trigger point injections, which I knew beforehand I was not going to get. I did not know what the reaction was going to be. I was hoping to record it so that I can give you the proof of what happened and that it is now gone. Right through my life, I have micro-shifted, learning slowly to not drag the past behind me and to not stress and worry about the future, but to live in the moment and for the moment. And the more I travel this road, the more I learn about living in the moment, for the moment. Just do the best you can to your ability with what you have in front of you, and trust God and universe for the rest. For all my life, though 2 professors at top universities diagnosed me, I was not believed that I had these illnesses. Many doctors and people did not believe it because I always kept my pose. And it is so ironic that today the professor didn't see me, but another doctor. It was the right thing. I do not have a recording as proof for you. They told me not everybody are able to make that mind shift that I've made. They closed my file and they said I can go home. Now that I'm healed, again, I only have my word. And funny enough, nobody's going to believe me that I've been healed. But I decided that I'm not going to try and convince anyone. It is what it is. What happened, happened. And my whole life, I've always said things the way they are. I am who I am. What happened, happened. It is what it is. And all I have for you is my honest truth and my word. So I want you to know to never give up, not on your dreams, not on your health, not on your relationships, not on your financial situation. There's always hope, and I am living proof of that. For those of you out there who resonates with me, I want you to know that I want to make the world a better place. I'm a simple farm girl from central South Africa. There's nothing special about me. If I could do it, so can you. I wondered to myself many times, how can I change the world? I decided that I'm going to teach my skills to one person per country. Show them how to pay it forward to the people around them. And then I'm going to register a non-profit organization so that long after I'm gone, hopefully, I can still make the world a better place. For those of you who resonate with my story, who resonate with my experiences, for those of you who need to know how I've done it, I want you to contact me. I want you to stay in touch so that I can show you how I have done it. There's no guarantees, only my experience that I can share. Today starts a new chapter in my life. I'm pain-free, and I'll close that file in the past. And if I can, I want to assist you in closing the files on your past as well. I want to show you how I eliminated financial stress, which impacted my whole body, my whole life, in the way it did. When I struggled and I was ill and I had to work a full-time job as a single mother, I just wanted my freedom. I just wanted passive income so that I could live my passion and my purpose. I want you to live your passion and purpose too. But I know how difficult it is. How difficult it is to do 2 or 3 or more jobs trying to achieve that. And that is why I persisted to find 100%, or as I call it, 99.9% passive income, without talking to people online, without signing up teams, without marketing or selling anything. In 3 easy steps, I can teach your child or your grandmother what I do. I've learned that I don't have a talent. I've acquired these skills, tools, processes, which are totally transferable. They are transferable. Tools, skills, and processes are transferable. Talents are not. I am Maria Elizabeth, barefoot farm girl from Central South Africa, and I hope to serve you. What if what I show you on my channel can potentially eliminate all depression, suicide, self-doubt, being ridiculed because you believe in making money online? Keep trying. What if all those were gone? What if you are empowered to leave here today with a sense of clarity, knowing the tools to find your purpose, which is in front of you, knowing the first steps you need to take to reach the success you so badly crave? Are you hungry for success and freedom? Or is it just something you are saying, blaming everything and everybody around you so you can stay in passive victim mode? Knowing that within 3 easy steps, you can have hope. I have reached my goal on this channel. What is our single biggest fear? Not being able to provide for our beloved ones, your partner, your children, the basics, food and roof over their heads. Research shows that irrespective of our race, sex, or culture, that is our biggest fear. Are you in the right place at the right time? Transitioning and frustrated about what's going on? Tired of fake promises, scams, starting to believe everything is scam? Tired of jumping from one shiny object promise to the next, trying everything? Have you lost your job due to whatever? COVID, robots, just ordinary retrenchment? Ill or exhausted? Mentally so exhausted that you don't know how you are going to get through your day. You're at crossroads from what you studied and what you were doing before. I am Maria Elizabeth, mother, speaker, author and trainer, barefoot farm girl from Central South Africa, with over 3 decades of experience under fire, in a body healthier at 54 than I had at 24, should I dare say 14. I would love to gift you some of my life's work online now, where you will receive free trainings, motivations, and other priceless gifts that may extend your life, reverse your aging process, and empower you to avoid health and life-threatening financial stress. What are your takeaways for today? Your first question is it easy? Like I said, I can teach your child, and I can also teach your grandma. Does it work? I show you my live accounts where I start with a bare minimum as proof of how it works. And in future, I will have testimonials for you of clients. I have not planned on teaching this, but I realized it would be wrong of me to keep this information to myself while the world needs it so badly. Your next question is, can I do it? I promise you, and I guarantee you, that if I could do it out of my situation, so can you do too. I guarantee you I can teach your child or your grandmother in 3 easy steps in less than an hour to earn 99.9% passively through a trusted make money system, taking you from confusion to clarity, from below zero to your hero, from surviving to thriving, in survival no more. By following the simple 3 steps, you will achieve accelerated, automated abundance. Your freedom is already yours. In my next video, I will be showing you your very first platform, where in easy 3-step process, you can see profit in your first day. Automated, accelerated abundance. Are you going to take action? I am Maria Elizabeth, and I would love to serve you. I wish you well. I wish you love. Until and if we meet again.